What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blazer King with King's Critiques. Forgot to turn my light on. And we're back for some more recording of Oshi because I have thought a little bit earlier today, it's been a couple of weeks since I recorded any of this, that honestly, next month in May is probably the best point to continue to upload this. Kind of like the best point to upload a video that I was requested to make, that I will be working on as well soon. But for now, I figure I may as well finish this so I can get this up throughout the month too. Which means the couple episodes of My Hero that I uploaded in March will be delayed till probably June or something. But you know what? It's the variety in things that we strive for here. But of course, that being said, I don't remember exactly what happened in the last episode. I do think this is like gonna be the bigger exposure to Aqua returning to his darkness, since the first few episodes of the season was featuring Ruby's descent into darkness. But, that being said, I don't remember a lot about things. I just know where the season's going. I remember parts of what I've seen on social media and stuff. So, without further ado, let's just continue on with this and see where it's going, because we know where it's going, but we don't know where it's going. But as usual, to remind, hit the like button, subscribe, let the whole video run through, let me get to watch them because it's highly appreciated. Comment down below your feelings on the show, the series, the episode, or, I don't know, your favorite type of sandwich, whatever it might be, or hold your thoughts till the end. That being said, let's get to it. I love how he caught her of doing some silly shenanigans, and she's just like, what? No, it wasn't me. Well, I mean, maybe it was me. You know what? Sure, I'll tell you it was me. I mean, honestly, some big brain from Ruby there. Damn. Calling out the pretty woman who dealt with that bullshit in the last episode as being a blabbermouth. Like, it's one of those things where I consider, is this just like the cynicism that has grown in Ruby to have her think more on the way of her brother was earlier? Or did she actually think this way? It's like, you know, people that are that kind of asshole, fuck them. Because, honestly, I do remember what happened in that episode, and Maya did not deserve that kind of shit. Like, she didn't, and the director deserved to apologize for it at the minimum. Because, listen, being a whistleblower is not a bad thing 90% of the time. Unless, like, what you're blowing the whistle on isn't really that big of a deal and you're just making it more dramatic than it needs to be. That's not a bad thing to be a whistleblower. Like, again, the director was kind of like off the chain and doing things that he shouldn't have been. So, yeah, no, she kind of deserved to call him out for it. But, and see, she does have a point on that. Is that a lot of the time, you know, leaks and whistleblowers, as she just mentioned, use them as a vendetta kind of thing, and that's very true. But again, the director in this case was kind of a piece of shit. So, at the very least, the whole thing that happened was used to humble a man. Again, though, tell me when she's telling lies. Because this is exactly the kind of thing that happens. Whether it be just somebody famous, or to a majority of people with a penis online. Though, again, just not to seem as the sexist way of things here, there are a lot of women who get canceled for complete bullshit, too. I mean, isn't there that thing that, yeah, the really famous streamer woman who refused to talk politics and just about got canceled. Actually, there's like 3 different women that did that as of late. But there's my point. Like, women do get canceled for either actual drama or drama that actually doesn't exist, like in that case. But, yeah, no, y'all can't say that men don't get canceled for no reason more often. But that's also, again, just like my side of the internet being exposed to the hate. But in her case, yeah, she's correct. People get canceled for no reason a lot. I watched a lot of videos involving that kind of stuff, and people really do get canceled for 0 reason a lot of the time. But that's also why I speak my mind, because I can't get canceled if I have no shame. Okay, that last bit, though, also true. VTubers, idols, that kind of profession. Yeah, anytime you get spotted with a man, it's immediate cancellation because they think you're banging. It's like, even if it was true, you're not banging her. And it's not like she has an OF, so you can pay to do that one day. Yeah, she did. But, like, role reversal, my guy. Now it's her turn to play the brain game, and your turn to feel bad for people. And again, non-manga reader here, I know what I know by, like, the internet. So hopefully by the end of the season, other than the obvious thing we all know is going to happen, they, like, become more simpatico back in that mindset of, you know what, yeah, fuck all of you so I can find out what happened to my mother. Hey, Aqua, as long as she, like, taking random dudes to bed to further her career, this is technically the better, choice anyway, right? So, I mean, the idle path of lies and manipulation to get ahead, or the idle path of laying down in any given bed to... I feel like the lies and manipulation is probably the better path, honestly. And while it might, like, make her more mentally impure, at least she ain't hoeing herself to get 15 minutes on the stage. Gee, I wonder why. Though, as far as I'm aware, well, I wonder why. This man's expressionism, he's so unsure on if to be proud of her or disappointed in her. I mean, he already told her to her face he's disappointed in, the whole thing. But in a way, it's like, realistically not a bad thing happening. Like, if it wasn't for the whole conversation of, apparently, again, she's in on the information now, trying to, find out what happened to their mother 100%. Who sicked that crazy person on her in the beginning of things. She's still kind of valid for wanting to, increase their careers, make some good money, live good lives. It's one of those things to where I wish I could be a psychopath and figure out how, like, make all this YouTube shit just go up and up and up and up and up by, like, talking really controversially to some people. Unfortunately, I don't have that benefit, so just talking from the soul, that's what I'm here for. I do respect Ruby, though. Again, though, I wish I could, like, even have, 15% of that. And I say specifically 15% because I'm already at the 10% margin. And to those of you that stuck around, appreciate you. I know my uploading schedule in April was shit, but again, blame Patreon for, gut punching my mood. Because again, if Patreon was a good uploading platform, I could actually just upload stuff as I please when I please instead of just, like, waiting for people to throw money at me. What is this, only... actually, technically, Patreon was the original OF, so that's not wrong. But then Patreon got Patreon's idea got taken into Fansly and OF, and it got turned from, hey, we're really good creators at art and stuff, watch what we can do and pay us for it, to, never mind. I was about to make an added comment onto that, but this ain't that kind of show. Memcho's depression in this statement is felt, though. Again, from the perspective of somebody who started on YouTube so long ago, before this psychopath Neil, before, sociopath Susan, back when YouTube was in its heyday, back when YouTube was a good platform, back when YouTube actually cared about the people watching and its creators, instead of just dollar bill, y'all. Yeah, those were the good days. Those were the days with promise. Now, you gotta just, like, throw money at 7 different people to run a good YouTube channel. Or do the dumbest shit that could end up in you or other people getting hurt. It's a shame, but that's kind of what it is now. You either gotta have the money or have the evil willpower to manipulate people to help you out. And people like Mr. Beast, well, he has both of those things. Allegedly. allegedly he's a psychopath. Allegedly, I've seen videos of people talking about the kind of crazy shit he does. But that's all alleged and supposed, because we're not allowed to just call people out nowadays, or else, oh no, you're gonna get sued, you're gonna get in trouble. Ah! Meanwhile, Miyako's probably proud as hell of her, but the amount of background work she needs to do to help her out, insane. Well, to be fair, she treated him better than his manager did, because the actual director treated him like garbage. Like, even if he felt humbled and humiliated from that thing that happened with the cosplayer, he still treated this kid like shit. So, honestly, he probably is gonna have way better ambitions about survival just working for, Ruby and whatever kind of crazy shit she has going on. Because, yeah, she might use him, she might abuse him, she might use her good looks to, like, turn him into a tool, like, well, women do to guys like that, but at least in this case, she's not going to, like, lead him on and then eventually be like, yeah, no, what? No, fuck you. She's actually being a good person without the latter half of leading somebody on. So at least it works out in the better form. Just rubbed the magazine on her face. Okay, but she's talking about joining Ruby on her gigs, and that's probably a smart decision for some reason. But here's the other thought process. What if somebody starts to look at Ruby in a similar light that they did to I for just different reasonings? That's the dangerous part. Because, like, somebody murdered I because of the whole, twin thing, and, so she doesn't speak up about who the father is, probably, and blah, 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 blah. But in Ruby's case, somebody might want to got her just because she's being really toxic and cynical. It almost feels like someone's orchestrating it. Whatever could you mean? You mean the exact guy who, had abandoned you and has been helping Ruby? Buddy, you don't know the half of it that's going to happen. As somebody who hasn't seen all of the season yet nor read the manga, I know the half of it. Okay, so he's on the same mindset as Aqua and Ruby. So, if Aqua could get back to that mindset, and if Ruby could stay on that mindset, and he's on that mindset, then couldn't all three of them work together to find this person and, I don't know, do one of those group beat-ups? Track the person down, two of them hold it. Actually, yeah, Aqua and Ruby hold the guy down, and then they just take turns rotating. I'm just saying, like, payback works that easily. I mean, the finding the person doesn't, but that portion of things does. Was he really just her agent? I'm not going to go on a limb and say he was one of her lovers. That'd be too far, too cruel, but maybe that's what he's about to say. But he definitely was her best friend at the time, because what other friends did she actually have other than maybe her idol group? And even in a lot of those cases, are those people really your friends all of the time? Or is it just an on-screen thing? Yeah, okay, so kind of on the end of being one of her biggest fans, but also on the end of, yes, he was her boss, he was her manager, whatever. But in some of those cases, if the manager isn't just trying to rail the talent, which happens a lot, that is also the way it ends up a lot of the time, is it's a very daughter/son like, situation. It's really fucked up that's, like, in either way of that kind of thing, it can't just be, like, level-headed and, business partnership, maybe friends. It really is either the family way or the producer's just trying to rail the talent. So it's not like he completely forgot about his intentions to join show business. He just has, like, relaxed on it a little, figuring it would be too hard to find that person. Well, is it really though, buddy? That's probably not true. But even if the person who did it themselves is dead, That doesn't mean the person who orchestrated the whole thing is. Or so you think. Where I kind of forgot the whole bit where he met his brother, but I don't know how much of that is true. And even if so, who says the man that it was is dead? Who says that that DNA didn't just get, like, mixed up somehow? You know, there's a lot of potential to that. Yeah, he knows better. Ha! So he just basically called Aqua out for his calming down and told him, man, you're a dumbass. And now Aqua's hitting that point of psychosis would be the right word here. To where he's like, wait, what? I've been calm these past 4 months for no fucking reason! Literally, though. Man does have a point on this, though. I like how he just basically refueled Aqua's anger of the whole situation. Honestly, good for him. Like, Aqua got way too calm, way too fast about the situation after thinking his dad died. Man, listen, again, even if it wasn't for all the stuff he's talking about, even if, like, the guy was the one who, did the shivving, even if he was the one who thought of the thing, one or the other is still alive, so there's still somebody to go after. It's the same case for investigating any kind of thing like this. You have to, like, look further into it. I'm not going to talk about any, situations that might pertain to that in real life, but hey, anytime there's, an assassination, you question the person to see if they did it themselves or if there was somebody who told them to do it. No, Aqua doesn't even know what you'd be overlooking. He's just trying to cope. Which, unfortunately, yeah, it really is just coming to terms with I've spent the past several months doing absolutely nothing to help the case of finding my mother's killer because I thought I found him, and you're telling me I didn't! Yeah, you can't tell him it was all just guesswork by this point. Like, you laughed in his face and you told him he was wrong about his assumptions. A little late for that, man. Now you gotta, like, help him more. Like, by this point, you can't just sit down and say, oh yeah, my bad, man, I was wrong. Just go back to thinking your lies and I'll keep helping your sister trying to find out the truth. Kind of a little late for that. Of course, Kana on the way home sees Aqua just having a moment. He can't even be a good friend and help. Never mind, I thought she was gonna reject trying to be a good friend and help him out, and instead, she's going to go speak to him. Because that's what a good friend does. Like, yeah, she might have been in love with him, he might have turned her down because, he wanted to date Akane for real, which, let's be honest, who can blame him? She's kind of a baddie. But again, it's one of those things where even if it hurts his feelings to be around her because he might have liked her too, y'all still can be friends, it's not like y'all are gonna start behind Akane's back, and, well, even if you do, I would hope one of y'all would be good enough to say something. Meanwhile, his younger self, who started this whole journey, is going to confront him about this. It's like, hey, it's not really a bad thing that our journey's back on trying to find this guy. That means we have goals, we have purpose. We have things to push us forward. We're not just going through the motions. Not just talk shows, game shows, whatever. We actually have reasons to do things again. I know this is actually a really fucked up question, but for anyone who's gotten to this point in the episode, comment down below on some anime that actually have, like, younger people who do fucked up things like this, because, controversial statement, I know, but I've seen a lot of anime where kids are the ones that have really fucked up things happening to them. Higurashi wasn't just the kids, it was, like, everybody who had fucked up shit happening to them. And, like, we're not even going to talk about Takapi, because that was just one particularly fucked up little girl who should have been Jasoned against a tree. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I think, Jason X is probably a prime example of that exact situation. But, like, actually, a show where the kids are the mastermind of doing all this devious shit. There are at least several anime out there that are like that, I know, but I can't remember any of them off the top of my head. So, like, let me know, because I know it's a little fucked up to have that kind of thought process, but to see, like, the children doing all the fucked up and devious shit to, like, adults, that seems like it'd be actually kind of fascinating. And, like, in no way would it continue to perpetuate my hatred for children. Nah. Probably. Oh, good. His slight past and his longer past are now biting at him. Meanwhile, he's having an existential crisis, and Kana's probably just like 3 feet away from him, like, maybe I shouldn't have come to talk to him. He's losing his mind. Okay, no, she made the mistake of approaching, and, oops. She has no idea what's happening, and he just kind of had a mental break. And now she's putting further worry in her. Which is worse, because that might send cracks into Bikamachi, which would fuck with Ruby's whole plan. Yeah, he comes back to reality just to realize what he did, and he doesn't even have a fucking thought process to say anything. Like, that was an accident. See, you can't blame yourself on the one end, but for having an existential crisis and having a physical reaction to it, that you might be able to, like, say something about. Yeah, even to his own girlfriend. Because, again, existential crisis, he just offended one of his friends. Shit, just is going down another bad path. So now it is time for the drama arc until the Sora arc. Man, if only people could actually have something like that in their lives. A lot of people would probably be a lot less depressed. Unfortunately, that ship has sailed. Yeah, that would be kind of fucked up if he showed up after saying he won't be there. Like, that'd be very fucked up. Like, even if he was going there just to, like, do a thing involving researching his mother's death, that'd be very fucked up. Rude. Right, so probably the same piece of shit director that, handled... Yeah. Okay, so she saw his piece of shit actual father earlier. Oh, right. Akane actually kind of knows about the way he's been thinking as of late. Well, not as of late, but since he was young. Is Akane about to get in on the whole investigation portion of things? Interesting. She's gonna take the bait. She's gonna take the bait to help Aqua. Oh, it seems like Akane is about to become the Hoshino siblings' assistant in this whole thing. Though she's not currently aware that Ruby is doing the investigating as well as Aqua. But it seems like she's doing a little bit of her own investigating as well. So, is she going to continue doing her own bit of, side work with this? Or is she going to consult her boyfriend and ask if he wants help in this? Because she very easily could assist him in these things. On the way of just doing this kind of investigating, trying to, like, talk to some people she knows, try to find out where he is. Or just though I think going about it her own way would probably be, like, the least helpful manner of things, because, well, hot teenage girl goes up to older man who's in her line of work and says, hey, can you help me be better at my job? Can you help me get better work? He'll just look and be like, yeah, sure, I'll totally help you. I'm going to leave her like I and then murder her 3 weeks later. But I suppose we will find out where that goes, because one of the things I did not see much about was that exact thought process on if Akane helps them out or not. But you can let me know your thoughts on the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on the show, series, whatever, all that stuff, like I said in the beginning, shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the review channel. Wait, fuck, this is the review channel. Subscribe to the other channels in the description. Ring bells like Facebook, follow Twitter, Blue Sky, TikTok, Patreon, and all that. Oh, of course, over on Twitch as well. Hopefully, starting in May, just the next few days, I can upload stuff over to Patreon, so, they're not just being like, oh, hey, yeah, you want to upload stuff onto our platform? Yeah, sure, no problem. Oh, wait, you don't have money? Oh, well, that's a shame. I really do hope they fucking change their plan. Like, you'd think Patreon has existed long enough they can, like, give the option for people just to upload. But again, Patreon is literally like YouTube now, but without the freedom to just upload whenever you want. Money! Anyway, that all being said, my hatred of Patreon aside because they're all greedy cunts. Been the Blazing King with King's Critiques out. Ta-ta for now. Peace.